The Galactic Council sat in a large, shining room on their spaceship. Representatives from many different alien species filled the seats. They were discussing Earth, the blue planet that lay far away in the Milky Way galaxy. Most of the aliens thought humans were weak and unimportant. They did not see humans as a real threat. This made the Council feel safe and powerful. In the middle of the meeting, a green-skinned alien named Zarnak stood up. "Why do we waste our time talking about Earth?" he said, waving his tentacles in the air. "Humans are nothing but small creatures. They are not strong, and they have no advanced technology. Let's move on to more important matters." The other council members nodded in agreement. They thought Zarnak was right. They laughed at the idea of humans being a threat. They felt confident in their power and control over the galaxy. But everything changed during a special visit to Earth. The council wanted to show how strong they were, so they sent a few representatives to meet with humans. During the visit, one of the alien leaders accidentally killed a human pet. It happened in a moment of carelessness. A small, fluffy dog named Max, who belonged to a young girl named Lily, jumped up in excitement. In the chaos, the alien's foot landed on Max, and the little dog died instantly. When news of Max's death spread across Earth, it caused a wave of shock and anger. Lily's tears were seen all over the news. People were heartbroken, and they rallied together in cities. "This is not just a pet!" they shouted. "This is a part of our family." They felt that the Galactic Council had crossed a line. As the days passed, the anger grew. Humans took to the streets, holding signs and chanting. "We want justice!" they yelled. "Earth is not weak!" The protests became bigger and louder. Humans felt united in their grief and outrage. The Council thought it was just a minor incident, but it was much more than that for the people of Earth. Back on the Council spaceship, the leaders were still dismissing the humans. "Why are they making such a fuss over a little dog?" Zarnak asked with a sneer. "They should just get over it." But the other council members started to notice the changing mood among humans. Some felt uneasy, realizing that maybe they had underestimated Earth. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the leaders held an emergency meeting. They knew they had to respond to this tragedy. "We cannot let the Galactic Council think they can treat us this way," one leader said. "We need to show them our strength." At that moment, a plan began to form. Some leaders remembered a secret program that had been in place for years. Earth had been training and taming apex predators from their planet. These were the strongest and fiercest animals: lions, tigers, wolves, and even giant reptiles. They were known for their power and loyalty. The program had been kept secret to protect it from enemies. As the leaders discussed the plan, excitement filled the room. "What if we unleash these predators?" one leader suggested. "We can show the Galactic Council that we are not to be taken lightly." The room erupted in cheers. People felt a surge of hope. They realized that they had the power to fight back. They would not allow their anger to go unanswered. The time had come to unleash their secret weapon and make the Galactic Council understand the true strength of humanity. As the meeting ended, the leaders began to prepare for the next steps. They knew that this would change everything. Earth was about to rise from the shadows, and the Galactic Council would soon learn that humans were not as weak as they thought. They would fight for justice, for their loved ones, and for the respect they deserved. The spark had been lit, and there was no turning back. After the tragic death of Max, the little dog, Earth's leaders were filled with determination. They had to show the Galactic Council that humans were not weak. They met in a secure room, surrounded by maps and plans. Excitement buzzed in the air as they revealed their secret. One of the leaders, a wise woman named Commander Sarah, stood up. "We have a powerful weapon," she said, her voice steady. "For years we have been training apex predators, some of the most dangerous animals on our planet. We can unleash them to show our strength." The room fell silent. The leaders exchanged glances, each wondering what this meant. Sarah continued, "These animals are strong, loyal, and ready to fight for us. We have trained them to follow commands and work together. We can show the Council that we will not be disrespected." The leaders felt a rush of hope and excitement. They had seen videos of the apex predators in action. The lions roared with power, the wolves moved in perfect harmony, and the giant reptiles struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. They were not just animals, they were warriors. Sarah explained how the training worked. Each predator has a handler, a human who knows them well. They understand each other and they trust one another. We have spent years building this bond. When we unleash them, they will fight as one. The leaders discussed the plan. They decided to target key locations in the Galactic Council's territories. "We will show them that we are not just a small planet," said another leader. "We have the ability to fight back." Meanwhile, across Earth, the training continued. Handlers prepared their apex predators for the task ahead. In lush forests and open fields, the animals practiced their skills. The lions pounced, the wolves howled, and the giant reptiles roared, all while their human partners encouraged them. The bond between humans and animals grew stronger each day. Handlers whispered commands and rewards. They fed the animals, groomed them, and spent hours playing. This connection made the predators fierce and loyal. They understood that their humans were their allies in this battle. As the days passed, the news spread. People began to learn about the secret weapon. They cheered and felt a surge of pride. "We will show the Galactic Council what we are made of," they shouted. The anger from Max's death turned into determination to protect their planet. On the eve of the operation, Commander Sarah stood on a hill overlooking a training ground filled with apex predators. The sun set behind her, casting a golden glow. She felt a mixture of fear and excitement. Tomorrow will change everything, she thought. "We will not stand for disrespect any longer." The next morning, the leaders gathered one last time. They made sure every detail was perfect. They reviewed the plan to unleash the apex predators. They felt a sense of unity as they prepared to fight together. They were not just humans. They were a force to be reckoned with. As the sun rose, the handlers took their places with the apex predators. A quiet energy filled the air as they stood ready. The predators were restless, eager to run and fight. The handlers calmed them with soft words and gentle touches. Then the signal was given. "Release the predators!" shouted Commander Sarah. The gates opened, and the apex predators charged forward. Lions leaped, wolves sprinted, and giant reptiles slithered with determination. The ground shook beneath their powerful feet. As they raced towards their targets, the handlers guided them, shouting commands. The apex predators moved as one, united in their mission. The sight was breathtaking, an army of nature ready to defend their home. This was the moment Earth had been waiting for. The Galactic Council had no idea what was coming. The humans had a secret weapon, and they were ready to unleash it. They would show the galaxy that Earth was strong, united, and not to be underestimated. The stage was set, and the battle was about to begin. The morning sun rose over Earth, casting a warm glow on the scene below. The moment had finally arrived. The apex predators were ready, and so were their human handlers. The air was thick with excitement and tension. Today, they would show the Galactic Council the true strength of humanity. Commander Sarah stood at the front of the command center, looking at the screens filled with maps and images of the Council's planets. "Remember, our goal is to send a clear message," she said to the team. "We are here to protect our home and demand respect." The handlers were stationed at various points, each responsible for a group of apex predators. They felt a mix of pride and nerves. The animals had trained hard, and they trusted their handlers completely. This was the moment they had all been preparing for. As the signal was given, the handlers opened the gates, and the predators surged forward. Lions roared, wolves howled, and massive reptiles slithered out, eager for action. It was a breathtaking sight, a wave of powerful creatures charging into the unknown. As they entered space, the predators traveled in specially designed ships. Each ship was equipped with advanced technology to keep the animals safe and connected to their handlers. The handlers communicated with their apex predators through headsets, giving commands and keeping track of their movements. Soon, they arrived at the first target, a planet that was home to a powerful member of the Galactic Council. The planet's surface was bustling with activity, unaware of the storm about to hit. The predators landed silently, hidden among the trees and hills. The handlers whispered instructions, telling the apex predators to stay low and wait for the signal. The tension was palpable as they prepared for their first strike. "Now!" Sarah shouted into her headset. The predators sprang into action. Lions leaped out from the cover of the trees, their muscles rippling. Wolves moved in packs, working together with swift precision. The giant reptiles, strong and fast, charged forward, ready to strike fear into the hearts of the aliens. Chaos erupted on the planet. The aliens had no idea what was happening. They looked around, confused and scared, as the apex predators burst onto the scene. The lions roared, the wolves howled, and the giant reptiles hissed, creating a cacophony of sound. Panic spread like wildfire. The Council's soldiers tried to fight back, but they were unprepared for the sheer power of the apex predators. The animals worked together, using their strength and speed to overwhelm the alien defenses. Humans watched from their command center, cheering for their apex predators. "This is just the beginning," one handler shouted, filled with pride. The bond between the humans and their animals was evident. They were fighting for each other, united in their mission. As the battle continued, the Galactic Council scrambled to respond. They sent ships and troops to the planet, but nothing could stop the tide of apex predators. The aliens were not prepared for this kind of fight. They had underestimated Earth, and now they were paying the price. Meanwhile, Sarah coordinated the attacks, moving the predators from one target to another. "Next, we need to hit their main base," she instructed. The handlers quickly relayed the commands to their animals. The predators moved with agility and speed, following their handlers' directions without hesitation. With each passing moment, the Galactic Council realized the seriousness of the situation. They had taken the humans lightly, and now they were faced with a powerful force they could not control. The once unstoppable council was now in disarray, trying to regroup and protect their worlds. As the sun set on the battlefield, it painted the sky in shades of orange and purple. The apex predators continued their assault, showing no signs of slowing down. The fight was fierce, but it was clear that Earth was winning. The unleashing of the apex predators was just the beginning. Humanity had shown the galaxy that they were not to be underestimated. They were fierce, strong, and united, ready to defend their home at all costs. The Galactic Council was about to learn a lesson they would never forget. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the chaos on the battlefield continued. Apex predators roamed freely, striking fear into the hearts of the Galactic Council's soldiers. The Council had never imagined that humans could unleash such power. Panic and confusion spread among the alien ranks, and their confidence began to fade. On the command ship, Commander Sarah watched the screens with intense focus. The battles on multiple planets were unfolding in real time. She saw the apex predators working in perfect harmony, overcoming the alien soldiers with ease. Her heart swelled with pride. "We are proving them wrong!" she exclaimed to her team. But in the Galactic Council's main base, things were getting desperate. Alien leaders gathered around a large table, their faces showing fear and frustration. Zarnak, the green-skinned alien who had dismissed humans earlier, stood up. "We need to fight back!" he shouted, his voice shaking with anger. "This is a disgrace. We cannot let them continue to humiliate us." Another council member, a tall alien with shimmering blue skin named Vrel, responded calmly. "We underestimated them, yes, but we cannot let fear guide us. We must regroup and show them our strength." The council quickly began to organize a counterattack. They sent reinforcements to the affected planets, hoping to turn the tide back in their favor. Ships filled with soldiers flew into the battle zones, ready to confront the apex predators. Back on Earth, Sarah received updates from her handlers. "The council is sending more troops," one of them reported, breathless. "We need to act fast!" Sarah felt a surge of determination. "We won't let them take control again," she said, her voice strong. "We need to keep the pressure on. Let's coordinate our next move." The handlers quickly relayed commands to their apex predators. With renewed energy, the animals prepared for another wave of battle. The lions and wolves moved closer together, working as a team, while the giant reptiles remained alert, ready to strike at any moment. As the alien troops landed, they were met with a fierce attack. The apex predators charged forward, their muscles rippling and teeth bared. The ground shook beneath their powerful strides. The handlers shouted commands, guiding their animals through the chaos. The first wave of alien soldiers met fierce resistance. The lions leaped at them, using their powerful jaws and sharp claws to take down foes. Wolves darted in and out, causing confusion and fear. The giant reptiles, with their massive size and strength, crushed anything that came too close. Despite the overwhelming numbers, the apex predators fought valiantly. The handlers encouraged their animals, shouting words of support. "You can do it! Fight for your home!" Slowly, the tide began to shift. The Galactic Council's soldiers, once confident and proud, now struggled to hold their ground. Many began to retreat, realizing they were no match for the trained apex predators. In the command center, Sarah saw the change on the screens. "It's working!" she exclaimed, a smile breaking across her face. "We're turning the tide!" As panic spread among the alien soldiers, Zarnak shouted angrily, "We cannot lose to these creatures! Fight back! Fight harder!" But it was too late. The apex predators, driven by loyalty and fierce determination, pushed forward relentlessly. With each victory, the humans felt their hope grow stronger. They were no longer just fighting for a pet. They were fighting for their planet, their families, and their future. This battle had become about more than revenge. It was about respect and recognition. The Galactic Council realized they had made a grave mistake. They had thought humans were weak and harmless. Now, they faced a united force that was proving them wrong at every turn. As the night fell, the sounds of battle echoed in the air. The apex predators continued to fight, their loyalty to their handlers shining through. Earth was not backing down, and the Galactic Council was on the brink of defeat. With each passing moment, the tide of the battle shifted further in favor of the humans. They had shown the galaxy what they were capable of, and the Galactic Council was beginning to understand that underestimating Earth had been their greatest error. The battle had raged for hours, and the night sky was filled with the sounds of victory. Apex predators roamed the battlefield, and the Galactic Council's forces were in disarray. The once powerful aliens were now retreating, realizing that they had underestimated humanity. Commander Sarah stood in the command center, watching the screens light up with news of their success. Her heart raced with excitement. "We did it!" she shouted, pumping her fist in the air. Around her, the team cheered. They had fought bravely and proven their strength. But Sarah knew that the fight was not over yet. While the council was on the run, they needed to ensure that their message was heard loud and clear. "We need to send a message to the Galactic Council," she said, her voice firm. "They must know that we will protect our planet at all costs." She gathered her team and explained the plan. "We will send a message to the Council's main base. We need them to understand that Earth is not to be trifled with. We will offer them a chance to talk and negotiate, but we will also make it clear that if they continue to threaten us, we will unleash our apex predators again." The team nodded in agreement, knowing the importance of this moment. They prepared a transmission to the Galactic Council, eager to share their message. Meanwhile, the council members were in chaos. Zarnak, the once proud leader, paced nervously in the main base. "We have lost," he admitted, his voice filled with frustration. "How could we let this happen?" Vrel, the calm strategist, looked at the screens showing the retreating soldiers. "We underestimated them, Zarnak. We thought they were weak, but now we must consider a new approach. We cannot afford to lose more. We must negotiate." The Galactic Council had never been in such a position before. They were used to being the rulers, the powerful ones. But now, they were vulnerable, and Earth had the upper hand. Back on Earth, the message was ready to be sent. Sarah spoke directly into the camera, her voice strong and clear. "To the Galactic Council, this is Commander Sarah of Earth. We have shown you our strength. We will not be disrespected, and we will defend our planet. But we are also willing to negotiate. We hope for peace, but be warned. If you threaten us again, we will unleash our apex predators once more." As the transmission ended, Sarah felt a sense of pride. They had stood up for themselves, and now they were ready for whatever came next. The Galactic Council received the message and held an emergency meeting. Zarnak's frustration turned to fear as he realized the implications. "We must respond," he said urgently. "We cannot let them think we are afraid." Vrel nodded. "We should offer peace. We can learn from them and find a way to coexist. But we must also show strength to maintain respect." They decided to send a delegation to Earth, hoping to negotiate a truce. The aliens prepared their ships, but the atmosphere was tense. They knew they had to tread carefully. On Earth, excitement filled the air as news of the Council's response spread. People were hopeful for peace, but also wary. Will they really change? Some wondered. Others felt ready to defend their home again if necessary. Days later, the delegation from the Galactic Council arrived on Earth. They landed in a secure area, surrounded by armed guards and apex predators ready to protect their home. Sarah welcomed the aliens, her heart pounding. "Welcome to Earth," she said, her voice steady. "We are ready to talk." The council members stepped forward, Zarnak and Vrel leading the way. "We come in peace," Zarnak said, his tone more humble than before. "We wish to negotiate terms for a new relationship." As the talks began, both sides shared their views. They discussed their strengths and weaknesses, And slowly, they began to understand one another. This was a new beginning. The Galactic Council realized that humans were not just pets to be dismissed. They were a powerful force with much to offer, and humans learned that they could not allow fear to rule them. As the negotiations progressed, Earth and the Galactic Council started to build a bridge between their worlds. A future of cooperation and respect lay ahead. The battles were over, but a new alliance was just beginning. And so, Earth and the Galactic Council stepped into a new era, one of understanding, strength, and mutual respect.